Hey friend, welcome back to my channel. My name is Dahlia Orth. I'm a system strategist and a HoneyBook Pro, and I love helping business owners build efficient, effective, easy, and streamlined systems behind the scenes to gain back time and freedom in their lives. So if you are new here, welcome. Make sure you subscribe below so you never miss out when there's a new video that releases. So make sure you take advantage of that below. In this video, we are going to be talking all about a client booking process. So, especially for my photographers out there, the booking process in and of itself is a really important piece of the puzzle for retention in your business and for revenue, honestly. So, we're going to be talking all about that behind the scenes in this video. So, when you talk about a client booking process, what I am talking about is from the time they fill out a contact form with you to the time that they sign a contract with you and you actually book them as a client, what does that process look like? Now, oftentimes people say to me, I'm so overwhelmed behind the scenes that I can't even answer my clients fast enough and they just go on to someone else, which means that you are then losing revenue. You're then losing some reputability there. So, you want to make sure that you have a booking process that is really streamlined and more automated behind the scenes. So you don't have to feel like you're drowning in your inbox, but that you're getting back to your clients pretty timely and can still feel like you're personalizing that behind the scenes. So, how do you actually do that? And my secret sauce to that is templating. Get all of your templates in place in your CRM, whether it's a HoneyBook or a Dubsado or something else. Templates will be the key to any effective system. I say they're the foundation to every great system. So what does that mean? So that means getting your invoices in place, your contracts, any email templates, your pricing and packages, any pricing guides. All of those things will be really important to then set up workflows and automations behind the scenes. So a lot of people say to me, I want to just set up a workflow and automation. How do I get started? And the real thing is, like, the easiest way to do that is to have all your templates set up first, and then you set up your workflow and automation because it's just a plug and play thing there. Whereas if you're trying to build a workflow and automation without templates in place, you're just going to be building your templates along the way as you build your workflow out. And so templates are really the key foundational piece to any great booking process behind the scenes. Now, you might say, like, okay, well, where do I get started? I would say get started with your email templates because you can easily set up an automated email in HoneyBook to then respond to your clients. Because that's usually the thing that we drop the ball on the most is actually responding back to our clients. And then they don't feel cared for. They feel like they got ghosted and they just move on to another person, right? Which then turns into losing reputability and you lose revenue all at the same time. So start with your email templates, get those in place, and connect that to your contact form behind the scenes. And I'm actually going to show you in this video a brief tutorial on how you can actually connect an email template to an automated workflow and actually get inquiry response out to your clients pretty easily by having your contact form set up and connected to your workflow in there. So, any questions, of course, leave them below, leave a comment. And I'd love to hear too what you have found to be really helpful in your own booking process and maybe what some of the hiccups you've been running into with your own booking process has been and what that has looked like for you behind the scenes. So I'm always here to help. Leave a question below. And of course, take advantage of the free resources too. There's also an affiliate link for any contracts you might need, in addition to what I call from inquiry to cha-ching, which is actually a suite of products that helps you get your entire client booking process set up behind the scenes within HoneyBook. So make sure you take a peek at that as well if you're interested in learning more. So stay tuned for another video soon, friends. Okay, so when it comes to your booking process, you want to really hone in first on your contact form. So I'm going to get out of this. And so we're going to come into contact form and I'm going to show you my own website contact form and what that looks like. And so then if I come to settings, so this is actually an example of one. This is actually not the one on my website currently, but I'm going to use this as an example so that you can see once you build your contact form, the key to the booking process is having your automation connected to your contact form. That is a huge piece to the puzzle. And oftentimes, why something doesn't automate is because it's not connected properly to the contact form, because the contact form is the trigger point for all workflows and automations to start. So, whatever project type you want to give to this, you want to do that right here. So let's say this is like, we can keep it as an engagement. Let's say it's like for couples, meant for couples. Now you don't have to keep that project type the same. Like let's say you're like, oh, it's not an engagement session, but I want to use it for my couples. Can I change that behind the scenes in HoneyBook? Yes, you can in their project. It just has to match up with the contact form as the first step in your client booking process. So now that we have that matched up, if we go to the automations, we have to make sure that it matches up with this right here. So if we come right here and we click on new inquiry, maybe for a wedding. So we're not going to send the brochure first. We're actually going to send an email. So I'm actually going to add this step right here. I'm going to click an email and I'm going to choose from my templates over here on the side. So I'm going to say master inquiry response and I'm going to preview this and we're just going to see what that looks like here. So it all looks good. If I'm like ready to go once I build my email template, and then we're going to just tell HoneyBook, like, I want this to automate out the minute that my automation is activated. So the minute that someone completes that contact form, I want this email to send. So if I come up here and I move it to the top right there, then now if I click save, it says 0 days after automation is activated and this is turned off. So it means that I don't have to require approval before it sends. I can just turn this off and that can be automated out, no problem. So that's a big piece when setting up your contact form and getting like an initial response out. You want to make sure that your contact form setting matches up with the workflow and then add in your first email in here if you want, even if this is the only step you have. So if we deleted all these other steps, even if you just had that step first, that gives you a little bit of buffer time to then come back and answer your client maybe a day or two later, but at least give them a little bit of lead time of what to expect from you. Maybe it's just a simple email that says, thanks so much for reaching out. Your email is safely in my inbox. We'll respond within 24 to 48 hours. If you have any questions in the meantime, send an email our way. Something as simple as that goes much farther than not answering them at all. So making sure that you take the time in HoneyBook to just even get that minor step set up behind the scenes is huge, but making sure that your workflows and automation settings are set up properly as well. So of course, any questions, let me know. You can leave a comment below. And I'd love to hear a little more about your booking process and what you have found to work, what maybe hasn't worked. And of course, there are some resources as well that you can take advantage of for the client booking process in HoneyBook too.